started my journey from the inside.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Melanie Scholler.
And what do you do here?
Well, I'm the organizer of the show. I'm the tack buyer at Dan's Boots and Saddles, and we do this as a memorial to the gentleman that was our feed store manager for a number of years.
People really enjoy this show.
I think so. There are a lot of people who I used to show with when I was younger who have a lot of horses in their 20s and 30s, and they have no venue for that. So this is a way to get those old tried and true troopers out back where they're acknowledged.
And this is a free show, is that right?
It doesn't cost anything. No, it's sponsored by Dan's, Purina helps us out, a number of manufacturers, reps, local businessmen and senior citizens help produce this.
And that's Dan's Boots and Saddles, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And so,
Carol.
and what's your name?
I'm Anne.
And what's your horse's name?
Mario.
And you're obviously going to be in the costume class, right?
Yeah.
And how old is your horse?
He's 15 or 16.
So did you make this costume up by yourself?
Well, my mom helped.
So what does it mean to be in a horse show that memorializes Lefty Converse?
Oh, it's fun. I used to know Lefty,
Did
so
you?
it makes it kind of special. He was a neat guy.
So how did you know him?
I knew him at the feed store, and I'd see him out on the trail, too. And he was always very encouraging when I was young.
So
He actually put this first horse show together. The Equine Senior Horse Show was his doing before he passed away. He put the first one together to promote equine senior horse feed, and but for it to be in his honor, I don't. Like my parents stated, he would have been embarrassed, but I think deep down he would have been.
So what's it like having a horse show that kids can come and ride older horses?
Oh, it's wonderful because there's so much to know. I mean, you can practice the basic walk, trot, and canter at home, and then you get into a horse show and you have a horse that's distracted by all the other horses around it, and also the rider becomes distracted, and it takes many times of practicing that ritual to be able to feel comfortable and start enjoying it. And I think the most important part about this sponsorship is the fact that it encourages adults to pair children with old horses, because for the safety reasons, and it also builds. And the most important part is the trust factor. Old horses have learned to trust humans, and a child advances so much more quickly when they feel they can trust their horse.
So old horses are different than younger horses.
Absolutely. Young horses are just like young human beings. There's just so many things to experiment with, and they get excited. They're creatures of flight, number one. So anytime they experience fear, their first reaction is to take off. And it takes a child a while to be able to learn the skills for controlling the horse. A lot of practice. And an older horse understands those aids immediately and will respond immediately. So the child thinks, wow, I'm a good rider. And then they just advance more quickly because they're more confident because of that pairing.
And Carol.
And what's your horse's name?
Her name is Fudge Dooley. Fudge as in the candy, Dooley as in hang down your head. And we
old
call
is
her Dooley.
she?
She's 22.
So have you been riding and showing her for a long time?
Not this one. I have been riding and showing since I was about 10. But this one I just bought back a couple of years ago. My father raised her, and I always loved her, and he sold her. And so I decided, I think maybe I could find her, and she's probably retired by now. So I found her in La Jolla, California, and brought her home. So, yeah. So she's been a real gem.
So have you shown in this show before?
Yes, I showed last year, I believe, on a different mare who's 25.
So what does it mean to you to show in a show that memorializes Lefty Converse?
Well, it's the only reason I come. I loved Lefty so much. He was such an amazing character. And so I do it for him. I don't ordinarily show, but I thought, okay, I can come out for this one because it's because it's for Lefty and his.
We've got the proof of age. To whom it may concern, Gypsy, a black Mustang mare with a star, snip, and BLM freeze brand on the left neck, is 18 years old when aging by her teeth. From Andrew Cameron, DVM at El Dorado Animal Clinic. Okay. You're going to ride? Cool. Let me get your number. 8 works. And let's get you a couple pins here.